Hey grade 8s, this is your favorite uncle Mlungisi Nkosi and welcome to our YouTube channel. Well, I know this is a new year for you. You're probably going to get new friends, you're probably in a new school. It's just a totally new environment for you. And what we are going to do on this channel is to help you to transition between, well, what was primary school and now going into the real world of adulthood, which is high school. So, in this channel, I'm going to do my absolute best to help you with mathematics and science, but what I'm also going to do is help you, give you some study tips on really how to survive the biggest time of your life, which is high school. So this channel is going to carry you all the way until you finish your matric, and who knows, maybe by the time that you finish, we'll be able to take you even beyond that. But here's a couple of things that I want you to consider as you go through high school, and this is just an add-on from your favorite uncle. So I want you to think about it. As you go into high school, remember there are so many different things that are changing, but here's what will help you to survive this new environment. Well, number one, I want you to always remember to pay attention in class, right? Of course, I know that you're used to doing that, but this time around, it means that as you are going to be doing new content in mathematics and science and in every other subject, it means that 80% of your understanding will be based on you understanding in class. So that means please ensure that you listen to your teachers. Know what it is that they are saying as they give you explanations. But number two, here's what I also want you to consider, right? Whenever you don't understand anything, please stop your teacher anytime, right? So that means that if you don't understand, well, there's a likelihood that most of your classmates also don't understand the very same concept. So it means that you're going to stop your teacher and ask them, if possible, to re-explain. But here's the amazing thing, that if you don't understand, even as your teacher explains to you, you can always come to this channel and really get fresh content in maths and science, and it will assist you in understanding those concepts. The third thing that I want you to do is to really concentrate. Now, what do I mean by that? Sometimes you go into the classroom and you've got your cell phone with you, and it can tend to become a distraction. So, in order for you to concentrate and to focus on your work, please ensure that you avoid distractions. Sometimes we can get distractions from friends, we can get distractions from our phones, as I said, anything can distract us. And remember, once you just miss one piece of information, it can just become, an avalanche. In this case, it can now cause you not to understand the entire term, right? So I thought I should just help you a little bit, just talk about maybe what you can expect in terms of mathematics so that you can ensure that you survive this term in a much better way. So here's something that I really want you to consider that you need to focus on, particularly in mathematics. For me, I think it's important that you really understand algebra. Remember, this is the basis upon which every form of mathematics going from here on is going to be based on. So we are going to be talking about number systems, we are going to be talking about, working with integers, you are going to be talking about exponents and so on. But the basics of mathematics lies upon, the Bodmas rule, right? So remember, I want you to master that and be able to work very well with that. Now, also something very important to consider, geometry. Of course, I know that we're going to be talking about equations at some point and working with inverse operations. That is very important, right? But I also want you to remember that geometry actually will carry you through matric, as well as beyond that for some of you who might consider careers that are in mathematics. So here's what I want you to do. Please make it a point that you start familiarizing yourself with the content that you would need for this year. Now, as I'm going to conclude this video, I want to give you a couple of tips on how you are going to approach your study time when it comes to this year. As I said, there's a whole lot of things that are new in your world, but the one thing that has helped many students to actually succeed in high school, it is actually making sure that they're able to study adequately and that they follow specific rules, right? So, number one, I want you to be consistent, all right? And I'll say that word again, consistent. Now remember, it's not so much your brilliance, it's not so much, people think that, you have to have a certain level of IQ. But for me, I have realized that in order for anyone to succeed in anything in life, you need to be consistent. So that means that you are going to actually make time to focus on your studies. So meaning, once you come back from school, that means you need to actually set time aside where you are going to first do your homework. Please do your homework, all right? But secondly, where you are just going to actually go through your studies. So meaning, if you need additional work to practice, and if you need to get more exercises so that you make sure that a particular concept sinks in, this is the time that you are going to make for yourself. Remember that, guys, this time around, you are now going into adulthood, right? And what is adulthood? Actually, adulthood relies on you actually making decisions for yourself. And if you're going to make decisions, you need to make sure that you follow through on the decisions that you make. So please make time to study, okay? So as I said to you, you need to be consistent. But number two, make sure that when you set time aside to study, you don't make just the mistake of making it passive study. Now, whilst this channel is going to give you all things that you need in terms of maths and science, you can't just take a bowl of popcorn and just watch the videos passively. What do I mean by that? You can't just watch as though you're watching Netflix or TV or whatever your favorite program is, right? So what you need to do is have your pen, your pencil, and paper, and you are going to, even as you watch the videos, you are actually going to be writing down every single thing that you are actually practicing, right? So which means you need to be to have a study desk, if it's possible for you. In your study time, have your study equipment, and in this case, you are going to take notes. And by the way, make sure that when you take notes, you do it right the first time, because remember, later on in the term or later on in the year, you might need to refer back to the notes that you have made, right? So make sure that you can take adequate notes and that your notes are as clear as possible, that next time that you need to refer to them, they can actually be available for you, right? Now, also, another thing to actually consider, whilst I spoke about consistency in your studying, right? I said you need to have pen and paper, you need to practice regularly, and you need to make sure that you set time aside, as well as having an environment where you can study. But what is also very important is that you take time to rest. Guys, your brain recharges. I mean, think about the phones that we use, right? After you've used your phone, what do? You definitely go and charge your phone because it would have been depleted, right? So just like your phone, your brain needs to recharge. And how does your brain recharge? through you sleeping. And guys, when I say rest, please, I don't mean rest on Roblox or any of the games that you guys play, right? Because remember, even as you are looking at your screen, as you are having screen time, your brain is not taking adequate time to rest. Right, now, even as I conclude, so what will help you in this case is that after you've rested, you drink enough water and you have time to study and all of that. So as you prepare for the exams, right, the one thing you now need to get used to is downloading past exam papers. Now, I will ensure that we have those available on our website. You can get those past exam papers from our website, and you can use those past exam papers to practice. Remember, I said you need to practice, right? And ensure that you prepare for exams. Guys, it is unlike in primary school where you can just wing it into your exam. This time around, you need to make sure that you prepare. And well, from me for now, I want to keep this video here, and I want to wish you all of God's best as you start your journey into high school. I know that you guys will definitely do well. Well, stick around on this channel and your favorite uncle will definitely give you the best content when it comes to maths and science. Otherwise, from me for now, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao for now. Sharp, sharp.